Everyone watching this video will be absolutely delighted to know I actually scripted it for once.
Beauty blender.
Well, tonight at 9 on 4, Kinga from Big Brother attempts to remove the champagne bottle she mazzed off in the garden with from her liver in Husbands Get Hepatitis. But first, with strong language and questionable European pop music opinions, it's whatever the fuck this is. Alright, I guess I'm back doing more videos.
Who cares?
There was a pretty good response to the top 10 video I did last time, and by positive response I mean about 5 people watched it live, and a Discord server that I'm in changed its profile picture to look like me. But still, look, good response, so it's encouraged me to make even more videos, even more shite like this, and I've actually scripted it for once, so hallelujah. So I was thinking of what I wanted to basically do a video on. I didn't want to do a video on every single Eurovision song, but I think I have found a way to get past it. I'm gonna do 2 videos now, one of which is going to be a semi-final prediction video, which I will do hopefully next week, and this is the other one. We're gonna be talking about those songs.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
If you're new to Eurovision and you don't really know how the qualification system works, here is a quick rundown. Every year there is between 37 to 39, sometimes you'll rarely get about 42 or 43 if you're really lucky, countries competing in the contest every year. Of those roughly 37 countries, 26 make it through to the grand final. 10 of those are selected through semi-final 1, another 10 are selected through semi-final 2, and then there's 6 other countries who are a bit lucky, but I think that luck also comes at a cost. These countries are automatically qualified every year for the grand final. They always include the host nation, or in the case of 2023, the reigning champion, and 5 other countries who are essentially bolstered into the grand final thanks to a bit of Monty. That's rich. These 5 countries are the 5 countries that contribute the most to the European Broadcasting Union every year. They basically pay the most to enter Eurovision, and they also help keep the European Broadcasting Union going. These 5 countries are France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and the UK. Every year since the semi-finals have been introduced, they have been in every single grand final. They've never had to compete in a semi-final. But at the same time, they're also amongst some of the worst countries in Eurovision history.
And the United Kingdom, 0 points.
Germany, 0 points.
Spain, 0 points.
Italy, 380 points.
And I don't mean that song-wise, I mean results-wise. Now, recently we have seen a bit of a growth in results, but when you take away all that, you get a lot of bottom 5 and an awful lot of last place. In fact, between 2013 and last year, so nearly 11 years, almost every country that has come last in the grand final has been an automatic qualifier. So I thought it'd be a nice idea to look at this year's automatic qualifiers and see if any of them have a chance at escaping the dreaded bottom 5. There is one that I think won't. There's a few that are a bit middling. There's 2 that I think could outright win the contest. Very quickly before I start this video, make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this. You can follow me on my social medias, the link will be down there in the description. And if you want to support the channel financially, you can scan the QR code over there, or you can go to ko-fi.com/bsayshi where you can donate what you can. Before I start the video as well, I want to introduce you guys to my little friend. This is Grinny, I think I named it. It was either Ginny or Grinny, I'm not sure, but this is Grinny. Grinny is now the channel mascot. Okay, so general thoughts on the automatic qualifiers. They sometimes struggle, unless you're Italy for some reason. And basically, they're kind of middling towards end results that they always get every year. They don't really reflect how I feel about them. A lot of the times, some of these countries bring out really good songs. But I feel like this year, I actually like all of the songs that are automatically qualified for the grand final. Well... Okay, I am in extremely dangerous territory right now because Spanish Eurofans can be a bit psychotic. I mean that in both a good way and a bad way. They're obviously the most passionate fans, but they can also be the most ruthless. And I have already faced their wrath several times for having Chanel Slow Mo last in my ranking in 2022 for a long time. And unfortunately, nothing's changed this year. Listen, Benidorm Fest as a national final, I actually enjoy every year. But at the same time, this year I feel like was one of the most backwards versions of the show ever. And what I mean by that is I actually prefer almost every song that didn't qualify for the Benidorm Fest final than most of the songs that did. If I had to call a favorite of the finalists, I would probably say La Chispa by default, but only because I like the studio version. That bitch could not sing. And to the people who think that she can sing, but I'm not here to talk about how Spain's national final basically failed to deliver anything good. ESC Gabe already did a video on that. I'm here to talk about the song that ended up winning. And what really is there to talk about? I'm going to be brutally honest and say I have enjoyed more trips to the bathroom after a curry than this song.
I've got a bum like a Japanese flag.
It is the most generic nothing burger pop song, basic by the books, that I think I've ever heard in my life. I don't mean this in a bad way. I mean, Melody is obviously a great performer, but literally, like, this song does absolute zilch for me. This is the first time I've talked negatively on this channel. I kind of enjoy it. But basically, like, I feel like this isn't what Spain should be sending. This is a little bit too safe, to the point where it's a country that's automatically qualified, but are playing it too safe to the point where they'll end up in the bottom. I'm gonna say right now, in my personal opinion, I think this is coming last. I actually think this is coming dead last. The only kind of demographic that this is appealing to is the Spanish gays who watch Eurovision every year, specifically the ones that live in Spain and cannot vote for this one. I have a feeling that the juries think this is going to be too generic to reward highly. Like, this one, this might get a few 1s and 2s. Like, I can't see this getting 0 points. I can't see this pulling a lovely James Newman. I can't see it getting any higher than 23rd, perhaps. If this is the bad result that makes Spain completely change its mind on Eurovision and actually try something a bit different instead of going for the same generic pop song, and I'll be happy with that. I want to be back in that era of Benidorm Fest where they were trying something different. I want to see Megara come back. I want to see them take more risks, like with Blanca Paloma. I know that didn't work, but still, I want to see them come back and do something better than this generic nothing burger, barely any frosting on the cupcake kind of song. And yeah, I've said enough that will basically send the Spanish Eurofans directly to my house with pitchforks and torches. And I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm sorry, Spain, but you are fucked. Let's go to something a little better now. I want to talk about Italy. So Italy are a bit of an anomaly when it comes to the automatic qualifiers. They actually do well.
380.
Originally, the Big Five was just a Big Four because Italy hadn't actually taken part in the contest between 1997 and 2010 because they returned in 2011. Yeah, 2010. And when they returned, they immediately came second. They've then placed third, second, rarely outside the top 10. They ended up winning in 2021. They are an absolute anomaly, and I'm actually kind of happy about that because I do really like Italy in Eurovision. One of my favorite Eurovision songs of all time is Francesca Michelin in 2016. That is up there with some of my favorite Eurovision songs of all time. Whilst I don't agree with all of Italy's entries, I feel like they do really well because they send a really good quality of songs on occasion. But then for 2025, I'm not necessarily feeling it. I mean, it's a good song, but I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's particularly good either. It's very middle. Life is unfair. It has also been ages since I last heard it, and I know I probably should have heard all the songs ahead of making this video and ahead of scripting it as well. Like, okay, look, I'm still very much new towards doing Eurovision videos. Please leave me alone. Something positive I will say about Italy's entry is that I actually prefer Lucio Corsi's song to Ollie. So essentially, Italy uses the music festival Sanremo to select its Eurovision entry. It's not technically a Eurovision selection. It's just that the winner of Sanremo every year is invited to participate in Eurovision and can easily say no. This actually happened to Francesca Michelin in 2016. She didn't win Sanremo, but the band that won didn't want to compete, so they asked Francesca and she said yes. Well, that happened this year. Ollie won Sanremo with a bit of a nothing burger ballad. And Eurovision was clashing with some concerts he had in Italy, so he actually said no to doing Eurovision. And now we have Lucio instead. And I'm actually kind of glad that Lucio got selected instead of him. But at the same time, I didn't really watch Sanremo this year either. Like, I do not sit through the 60 plus hours a day that Sanremo goes on for. I know some people do, and I praise you for that, but not me. No. I'll watch the results. That's it. Also, when I was watching the results this year, I don't know who this guy is, but it's the guy who was standing next to Lucio when they were revealing the top 5. And he looks a lot like Howard Wolowitz. If you agree with me, please put a comment down there saying that you agree, because he looks exactly like Howard Wolowitz. In terms of results for Italy, they always do really well, so I imagine that won't be much of a problem. They are one of those countries that can take a kind of mid-table result to stride. So I can't see this getting like anywhere near the bottom 5. We can eliminate bottom 5 immediately because I feel like this will appeal really well to the juries. But televote, I can't see this getting a massive score from the televote. I imagine this will get a pretty similar result to how I predicted for Tau Tomatoes in my top 10 video. I reckon around maybe 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, somewhere around the top of the right hand side, but not like left hand side. But I feel like Italy could take that result quite well because they're doing Eurovision their complete own way. They're not following any other country's norms, and I respect them for that. So I reckon if they were to get 15th, they'd be happy with it nonetheless. So yeah, I'm actually being positive for once. Yay! So before I move on, I do want to briefly talk about 3 countries at once. These are actually the 3 countries that I already discussed in my top 10 video. And these are the 3 songs that I actually like. These countries are Germany, the UK, and Switzerland. Now, I already went in pretty in depth about Germany and the UK. Switzerland got about 30 seconds as part of the honorable mentions. So I'm just going to briefly go through those 3 again. Maybe Switzerland in a bit more depth.
Who cares?
So Germany, I really like the song. I know I have to clean my ears out. I think it's going to crash and burn because I know she's not going to be able to sing this live, but I still enjoy it. I like the beats. And the UK, I reckon, are actually going to surprise everyone with a really good result. A lot of people are calling it a generic pop song, a generic country pop song. But I reckon that's actually going to be its savior at the end, because I reckon a lot of casual viewers will give this a really good result in the televote. And I reckon the juries will like it as well. So watch this space for the UK. I'm going to be eating my words in May if this turns out to be wrong and they get bottom 5. And now Switzerland, because I want to give Switzerland a bit more than 30 seconds this time. Switzerland, I actually have down as a potential winner, because this is the kind of song that the juries will absolutely lap up. And I think that it will be its saving grace, because not only will this get a really good jury result, but in a contest filled with pop songs and not that many kind of ballady songs, I reckon the televoters will resonate with it as well. I definitely have resonated with it because it was in my top 10 a few times, and then I kind of moved it down a bit and moved it into my honorable mentions, but I would definitely vote for this kind of song. And between the three kind of big favorite that everyone is expecting to get the jury win, you know, France, Austria and Switzerland, out of those three songs, I think I prefer Switzerland the most, and I think I could see it winning. Also, very quickly before I move on, I do want to mention that in my top 10 video, I accidentally said that both Austria and Switzerland are going to be jury winners, like at the same time. And that is the result of me rambling for about 50 minutes at that point. I feel like I couldn't determine a jury winner right now. It's gonna be one of those three, but unless they get a three-way tie, I can't see them both winning the jury, if that makes sense.
No.
So that is enough on those countries. Let's go to the sixth and last automatic qualifier that I want to discuss, and that is France. Right, so France. This is another song that has been in my top 10 a few times. Like, after a couple of re-listens, I feel like this slipped down quite a bit. But only because I think Switzerland and France are a bit too similar, if that makes sense. I feel like they're aiming to get the same audience. And between those two songs, I preferred Switzerland. Just personal opinion right there. But still, holy shit, this woman can sing. She did a brilliant job when she revealed the song at the Six Nations. The one fucking time you're ever gonna make me watch a rugby match. And also RTE didn't even air it, so that was time wasted on my behalf. But still, like, she sings the hell out of this song, and she is a very confident performer as well. Experienced performer. And I feel like this is a worthy contender for the win. But what I feel like I need from this entry in order to kind of base it a bit better is a much more intimate performance, because all we've gotten so far is the Six Nations reveal performance, which was obviously halftime performance at a sports show that about 50,000, I think, 50,000 people were in the stadium for it, and it was a ginormous stadium that's about 50 times the size of the arena in Basel. So for me personally, I just want to see this performance done in maybe a tiny TV studio, just so that I know that she can perform this at a smaller scale than the rugby match she performed it at. And then I might be able to base this a bit better, but at the same time, I do feel like the juries will lap this up along with Austria and Switzerland. And I think this could be a contender for the win. And I feel like France deserve a win. I am also a big fan of Junior Eurovision, and I am sick of France doing well every single fucking year. They don't translate that success into the adult contest. I know they came second with Barbara Pravi, and the following year they sent a song in the Breton language, which came second last. Absolute robbery, by the way. Alvan and Ahez was such a brilliant entry, and it also gave me my first ever viral video. Subtle plugging. But yeah, I feel like with the output of results they've been getting in the 2020s, you know, Barbara Pravi coming second, Slimane last year coming fourth, I believe. I feel like France do know how to do this competitively, and I feel like they are aiming to win it at some stage, and they definitely deserve it, because it's been what, 48 years since they last won. I feel like France deserve another win, and if Louane does end up winning, I'll be happy for it. And you know, same with JJ from Austria. If he wins, I'll be happy. If Zoe Më wins for Switzerland, I'll be happy. If Melody wins for Spain, I will be pissy. Right, I've pissed off the Spanish fans enough. I'm gonna end the video there.
Hey, thank God.
So just like with the top 10 video, I'm gonna include my ranking on screen right now, but I'm only gonna include the automatic qualifiers just to show you how they fare against the rest of the competing songs. And yeah, I feel like compared to previous years, this is a pretty strong automatic qualifier lineup. There's only one song that I really don't like, one song that I think is just a bit middle, 3 songs that I really like, and 1 song that is kind of between middle and really like. I don't really know how to describe it.
I'm too shy.
But yeah, I could see an automatic qualifier coming last, but I can also see an automatic qualifier winning. It's gonna be 2021 all over again. I just hope it doesn't end with Remember Monday getting nil points. That can't happen. Okay, I refuse to make that happen. So yeah, that is the end of yet another tawdry shit video about Eurovision, and I'm about to record a second one where I predict the semi-final qualifiers. Wish me fucking luck. If you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell as well so you get notified about the next few videos. I nearly messed that up, sorry. And don't forget, you can follow me on my social media pages. The links will be in the description. And if you want to support the channel financially, scan the QR code over there, here, or go to ko-fi.com/bsayshi to donate whatever you want. You could donate 5 cents and I'll be swimming in that cash. I'll be like Scrooge McDuck in a bathtub with a single 5-cent coin, just swimming. So until next time, thank you very much for sticking around this long to hear my awful opinions, and as we say in Ireland, slán go fóill.